Hello everyone, Gaara here, welcome to a brand new deck tech video. Today I'm gonna talk about Pirate Warrior. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So here's the deck list that I've been using today. I actually got to rank 1 with 5 stars, then I started losing, so right now I'm at around rank 1 with 3 stars. Doesn't really matter, but I was climbing from rank 3 to rank 1 with around 60% win rate using Pirate Warrior. Pirate Warrior is definitely a good deck for laddering right now, even though you still lose 30% of the games, and whenever you lose you basically get crushed, because I will also show you some games in a bit. And the way how games work is, you know, you draw the nuts, you draw Nazar's first mate into upgrades, into just the god curve, how you like to call it. And when you lose, you never draw weapons, or your opponent has a Golakka crawler on a big pirate and you can't come back. So when you win very convincingly. When you lose, you get destroyed. And that's just the nature of powerful aggressive decks in Hearthstone right now. So that's the list. Pretty standard, I would say, from just the everyday Pirate Warrior list. I would say almost like 26, 27 cards are core. So let's talk about the tech cards. The tech cards in this deck are Golakka Crawler, probably 2 South Sea Captains, the Naga Corsair, the Spellbreaker, the Captain Greenskin, maybe even the Leroy, because some people have started to cut the Leroy. But I still think Leroy is a very, very powerful card and absolutely fits in a deck like this. So the tech cards. I'm not playing Bittertide Hydra, and when I tested it, I just didn't like it. People were really abusing it a lot, and the way how you win is usually the main focus of this deck is definitely turn 1, 2, and 3 and snowballing with a weapon. So the Bittertide Hydra is kind of like whatever, and what I really prefer is having Spellbreakers in reach and sustain. So I like the Captain Greenskin a lot more, because you should be having a weapon before the Captain Greenskin. If a big weapon gets Harrisoned or oozed, or if your big pirates are getting Golakka, you just accept these games as a loss. I don't think you should pay attention too much around that. Usually the way how you play is you take out minions from the opponent with your weapon, so you take a lot of phase damage in the process. So Bittertide Hydra is a big disadvantage oftentimes, and a lot of the control decks are just used to taking out big minions. So if you face a Paladin, they have Aldo Peacekeeper. You know, I've actually faced a lot of Jade Druids that are running BGH on ladder, which is, yeah, also obviously the nightmare if you have a Bittertide Hydra. And aggressive decks just, you know, abuse your Hydra and just keep bumping stuff into it, and Mage just pings it, you know. And also the Pirate Warrior Mirror, I don't like it that much, even though it can sometimes steal a win. But usually you just, you know, snowballed before turn 5, as I said. 1, 2, up to 3 are the most important ones. So Golakka Crawler, I was running 2 Golakka Crawlers just because of that many aggro decks on the ladder against Aggro Druid and Pirate Warrior. Yeah, this is just the biggest swing card, so that's reason enough to include it in your own Pirate Warrior. When I was running 2, oftentimes you're in the situation where you just have to eat your own pirate, and you absolutely don't want that. So maybe I feel like the sweet spot should be 1 Golakka Crawler. Yeah, it wouldn't be bad if you run 2 as well. It's just a preference. I would not recommend not running any Golakka Crawler, because I think Golakka Crawler is what pushes my win rate the most from any other card for sure, just because of the insane swing. And when you face an aggro deck and you eat a pirate, it's just so insane. 2 South Sea Captains, I think this is one of the best cards you can have against Jade Druid. Jade Druid is just a very, very rough matchup. That's also the reason why I play Naga Corsair instead of the second Spellbreaker. I don't think Spellbreaker does too much against Druid. What is nice about the Naga Corsair is it pushes your weapon oftentimes to 5 attack, like an upgraded or blood cultisted Vorex has 4 attack, and you have a lot of 4 attack minions like the Corcoran Elite, an upgraded Vorex, Heroic Strike. Druid runs Spreading Plague, and oftentimes you just have to kill it, and having like a 5 attack weapon is very smooth to take it out. So I like this. And if you have double Spellbreaker, oftentimes you just don't have anything to silence. It's very similar to the Golakka. If you face a Jade Druid, you just eat your own pirates, and so having like something you can just play is very nice. And you always rely on the weapon snowball. It's just a card that supports the game plan. Arcanite Reaper, obviously very core. Captain Greenskin, I like it. Leroy is a finisher. No Mortal Strike. And yeah, that's the list. I hope you guys like it. And I'm also gonna show you some games now. And I'll be back right after. Garrosh versus Malfurion. I don't know, I'm not the biggest fan of this card, but playing a 1-drop turn 1 is sometimes very nice. Just to have something on board. But you usually should value give from the Zos first mate and for Vorax. If this is Aggro Druid, it's a little bit rough. Because if you go for Vorax and they have the Corsair, you kinda get blown out. This can be better. Interesting. So I will go for this. The only reason is because I have the South Sea Captain next turn. And yeah, now I have the... This can be Kolento Druid. So the Spreading Plague is a big threat. It is Aggro Druid with like a, I would say, very mediocre draw. I don't like to play the Golakka. If it is Kolento, I would like to have less minions on the board and save the Heroic Strike for killing him. And I don't think I have too much of a benefit. If it is Aggro Druid with just a bad draw, then I would like to save the Golakka for his pirate. Swipe. That's 8, 9. That's kinda nice, the body of... I really like this card a lot. It's almost never bad. You almost always have a weapon equipped before him, and it doesn't require you to have a pirate on board. And it is Aggro Druid with like a... Okay, this is very strong, like holy guacamole. Oh damn. So I really like to eat a pirate here. And I could technically go for double, but then I lose my weapon. It's really bad though. If I go for this, I don't kill it. It's like a lot of damage I'm investing, but this guy getting buffed stronger and stronger, so I should kill it. An absolutely good face here. Should be very difficult for him to clear this. Like he can't go just living mana here, he's too low on life. Obviously he probably runs double Golakka. If he had the Golakka, he would have just, you know... Even now, he Golakkas this pirate, it's over. That's probably like the main reason why a lot of people don't play the Captain Greenskin. But usually if the opponent has a Golakka, they play it on turn 2, turn 3. I don't think you should, you know, take this into consideration if you play the Captain Greenskin or not. The best card to have when you go first is definitely Nazar's First Mate. If he's Aggro Druid and he doesn't have the Golakka, then having a South Sea deck on turn 1 is not like the very worst thing in the world. Because we get on the board. He can't play, for example, Enchanted Raven into Mark of Fisher Rush. That is very annoying, and this draw is really bad. Could technically even, I mean, I could double trade here, but he can just buff it. I kind of wanna, like, I could technically draw Frothing here, or a South Sea Captain, or a weapon, who knows. Like, if he goes for Mark of Fisher Rush, he would probably value trade. It's just a very rough spot, it's just really powerful. This stops Pirate Warrior completely. This is just... I mean, this is really a great example of how Pirate Warrior is, or how Pirate Warrior feels when you play it. It's like, I don't draw the weapons, so one scenario is I draw nice, but the opponent is Golaka and just, you know, does this. I think this is, yeah, usually when you lose like this. It's like, you just had the nuts, I didn't have a weapon, this is pretty much game over. Like. And on top of me not drawing the weapons is, I can get an Aconite Reaper next turn, that would be sick. But yeah, I'm very far behind in this game. It doesn't, like, his hand has to be really bad for me to win this. So a Warwick's, just give me a sec. There's no point in continuing this game, as you guys can see. It's like I'm behind on board and play 4 mana free freeze, and he just value trades, and I'm even further behind. That's how it goes. You win some, you lose some. Pirate Warrior. All you care about Pirate Warrior is just jamming those games and just having a positive win rate. And that's it for today's deck tech video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Thanks so much for watching and subscribing and supporting, and see you guys tomorrow. Peace.